hope is a very powerful drug. And I think hope is actually stronger than power, right? But when you do not redistribute hope into a community, then of course all the bad things happen. Because my grandma used to say, a bad thing happened to you today, so what?
What happened?
I don't know, but I hope he can join us again.
You see my cup? My cup says
We see
hope.
it. We're all wanting a cup of hope right now.
Building Community is an award-winning video series created by the Chester Housing Authority to stay in better touch with its residents, staff, and the general public during these times of social isolation. Thank you for tuning in as Executive Director Steve Fischer and Ulysses Butch Slaughter bring interesting guests to discuss important topics of the day.
As I look across Delaware County, it appears visually that the darker communities are the ones who always get the bad end of it. Your thoughts about that?
Are you talking to me or to
JP?
Oh, okay. Because I have some strong feelings about that.
I hope you when he hold on to him, and we'll come back there. I see Steve might have some too.
Delaware County has always been a red county, right? Since the end of the Civil War, right? Up until, I guess, when Barack Obama came through, right? And gave people hope. I know a lot of people say Barack Obama didn't do anything for the Black community, but he did one thing. He inspired children and young men to understand that they can. If he didn't do anything else, which I don't really think he was in that position to do anything else, he gave us hope. And hope, listen to what hope can do. Hope can take a man from selling drugs for 20 years in his life and change him completely around the other way, right? Hope can take a person who didn't have hope before and allow them to dream, right? Allow them to see a dream and to put all their energy into this dream, and then their dream is here. Now they have other things they have to do, right? Hope is a very powerful drug. And I think hope is actually stronger than power, right? But when you do not redistribute hope into a community, then of course all the bad things happen. Because my grandma used to say, a bad thing happened to you today, so what?
What happened?
I don't know, but I hope he can join us again.
You see my cup? My cup says
we see
hope.
it. We're all wanting a cup of hope right now. Ms. Arnold, while he's away, let me go to you, Steve, and then we'll come back to you, Ms. Arnold. This thought about the redistribution and all that stuff and how the status quo. He's coming back in, but you go ahead, Steve. The status quo thing. Let's talk that out.
Yeah, I mean, in today's politics, once you hear any talk about redistribution of wealth or redistribution of anything, the opposition just says the word socialism, and that's been branded a dirty word, and that's supposed to put the conversation to rest, and people fall for that. But even people who would benefit from that very redistribution, white, black, whatever color they may happen to be, there are different levels of wealth, within every skin color, within every ethnicity, within every race. So, but political strategists have, come up with this word that, unfortunately, it works on too many people, and then they fall for it, and then the redistribution conversation comes to a halt.
I'm sorry.
We were hoping you could get back on with us, and we see that you have joined us.
Yeah, absolutely.
All that hope was electric, man, and you shut our circuits down.
Literally, my daughter just called me. She's in the 12th grade at STEM, and she just got accepted into Westchester University, right? So,
right.
Hope Hope allows you to dream, bro. And I can't take a lot of responsibility for the hope that I instill in my children, but she texted me the other day and she said, Dad, I'm so proud of you. You know, the change that you have allowed yourself to go through, the struggles, the fights, the arguments, the yelling, the cussing, everything that you've allowed yourself to go through, right, has inspired me. And I applied to Westchester University. I didn't want to tell you. And I was like, it's okay, because I'm HBCU all day, right? You know, but my daughter is in Lincoln right now and she doesn't like it, right? It's a lot of stuff going on at Lincoln University. And she's like, Dad, this is no different than Chester. She's like, I don't want to be here, right? I'm in my room all the day. Like, they fussing, they cussing, they yelling, they screaming, they hollering. Like, I think I want to go to Westchester. I want to go to Widener. I want to go to a college, you know, where people are focused on education. And so I told her, I said, listen, you know, this struggle that you're going through right now is going to make you. If you stay at Lincoln University and you graduate from Lincoln University, this struggle is there to break you. So you want to quit. You don't want to continue to go. But if you go to class and you do everything you're supposed to do, you will graduate from the first university or college that could give Black people a degree, a certification that's important to you. So hoping for the best, having hope gives you everything that you need in life. So I'm not worried about the powerful, right? Because the powerful, eventually they lose power. But if you have hope, you always have hope, right? If you give other people hope, hope is abundant, hope is around, it continues to grow. And that's how I view us as Black people. If we have hope that tomorrow is going to come, then tomorrow comes. Like I was saying, my grandmama always said, you had a bad incident today, right? Do you hope for a bad incident tomorrow? No, you hope for a good incident tomorrow, right? Yes. So continue to hope for that, pray for that, ask for that, you know, and that's what I do every day, right? Literally. But what I want other people to do in our city is to hope for better times, hope that you get up and you continue to push and we continue to talk and we continue to have these conversations. It's very important.
Mr. Arnold, you were saying that you had some thoughts about this a few minutes back, and we were talking about this. I think it was about the Delaware County redistribution that Steve was talking about, and the people who there's sometimes referred to as the permanent underclass, or the faces at the bottom of the well. How do we deal with this redistribution? How do we deal with redistribution so it doesn't become socialism, and how Black folks can use their history to reimagine their future?
And I have no doubt in my mind that Black people have extraordinary skill sets in creating wealth. We have always had skill sets to do what was needed, and we still do. If we accept that paradigm, that something has to be given to us, then deep down in our souls, we really, really, really don't have the hope. We don't have the belief that we are all that, because somebody greater than us had to give it to us. And if that ever is successful in happening to you, if somebody gives you your freedom, the person can take it away. So no. Let's get away from that. Let's create, let's earn, let's have that dominion that is mentioned in the book of Genesis. And I think when we really change that paradigm, the fight's over. You know it's over. Whenever a human being makes up their mind that this is mine, I'm going after it, come hell or high water, doesn't matter, it's over.
Redistribution doesn't have to mean taking from one and giving to another, but included in that definition can be simply removing the barriers to the growth and creation of wealth of some people. And that's what our country is famous for. I work in housing. We have a long, dark history of redlining when it comes to people of color trying to break into the home ownership game. So redistribution doesn't have to be defined as simply as what you started to talk about, just taking from one and giving to another, because you're right. once it's given, if it's given, it can also be taken away. So, we need to just broaden our thinking about what redistribution can mean. Maybe we should come up with a better term for it, but bringing forth the truths of history can be helpful to that process.